G'day folks, Links here, and welcome back to Great Tech New Horizons. This is actually going to be a tech video. I was going to do 2 blood magic videos in a row, but I actually haven't done any blood magic since that last video. This is basically how it remains for now, and I will come back to it. Oh, actually, I crafted the alchemic chemistry set. That's literally the only blood magic I've done since the last video. Unfortunately, I've been quite busy, but I have been doing a lot of infrastructure touch-ups. Before we get on to the because the subject of today's video has been on my to-do list for quite a while, and I finally got around to it, or am getting around to it. So the probably one of the big things is I'm no longer doing universal for the mixers. Out of every universal machine I have, the only one giving me trouble is the mixers, and I was already in an irritable mood on this particular day. The mixers chose the wrong time to annoy me, so they're no longer universal. They're now just using the standard colored hatches. So because I just need 6 colors per mixer. And then the way I'm parallelizing them is by using P2P interfaces as the inputs. So as you can see, it's linked. Each interface is linked to 2 outputs, which is my 2 mixers. And this is where the universal loader used to be for the mixers. So I've still got plenty of room, and this should scale perfectly fine for the foreseeable future. Because I can still extract more speed out of each individual mixer by upgrading the item pipe casing. So it's still a couple of tiers beyond Quantium to get an extra 200 or 300% speed out of them. And also I can just overclock them as well. But I've also left room for... I've got room for 6 more. So yeah. And then obviously as we get sort of later into the game, then there might be individual mixer circuits or individual mixer recipes where I just need to spam loads of mixers for a particular circuit or for a particular recipe. But for general purpose, these 8 should hopefully be fine for the foreseeable future. Given that these mixers are, if I recall, buffed compared to the old multi-block mixer. So I've also finally shoved a 16 amp hatch onto my precise assembler because I was getting sick of only being able to run 1 LUV recipe at a time. And I've also upgraded my circuit stuff and my autoclave in the clean room to LUV because I've been running a couple of big crafts over the last couple of days, and circuits have been the bottleneck. Raw Lapotron crystals have also been the bottleneck, but I can't do anything about that until I get the multi-block autoclave, which I still don't have argon, so I still can't get it yet. And I've also overclocked my Vulcanite to ZPM, and these are now using Naquita alloy coils. I haven't done the NAC line yet because I've been really, really, really busy with real life stuff. But I just made Naquita the inefficient way because I have like 500,000 Naquita oxide dust. So I've just made it the really inefficient way to make these coils to squeeze, another perfect overclock out of these for some recipes. I did need to use Naquita coils to blast my first Naquita alloy, but those haven't gone to waste. Those have found their way into the chem plants for nitrobenzene. So that knocks another 1.4 seconds off the recipe time for nitrobenzene, and these could probably do with overclocking to LUV now. I also have an additional 7 turbines, so this takes me up to 35 LUV amps. I've still got room for 7 more to take me up to the final 42 that I can squeeze out of that setup. And I also, this is something that I probably should have done a while ago, but I've actually reduced the size of the LSC. So if you remember, I had a big sort of tower. I kind of realized I probably don't need that. So what I've done is I've swapped out the 36 IV capacitors I had, and now have been swapped out for 9 LUV capacitors, which has over double the capacity. So because each each capacitor tier increases the power capacity by 10 times. So the IV ones were 600 million EU each. These are 6 billion EU each. So this is a 54 billion LSC now. So I have basically, I've got those caps, IV caps spare, because I do intend to use them in another LSC somewhere else, which is what we'll be looking at shortly. But yeah, so that is basically what I've been up to. It's mostly just been tidying up infrastructure and dealing with some of my bottlenecks. My circuit bottleneck really needs cows, or circuit assembly lines, but I'm not quite ready to make those yet, except for maybe nano circuits, because I already have the very cheapest recipe for nano circuits. Now that I'm in since I'm in LUV. So I could make one for nano circuits. I am also inclined to make a circuit assembly line that just does circuit assembler recipes, purely because it'll be easier to overclock it than to make, new circuit assemblers. And cows perfectly overclock. So yeah, that might be what I do. But anyway, as for what I'm going to be getting on with today, that looks like this. That looks like this. So I have been working on a lightning setup for the last sort of couple of days. Unfortunately, again, due to real life stuff, I just keep getting sidetracked from it. But it's actually just above where my old base was. So down there was where my very first base was before I moved to a PDEM. And then this is basically at Y level. The top rod will be at Y level, like 239. So yeah. So what we've got here is basically we have a quantum ring connecting back to our mainnet in the PDEM. I'm fairly sure this is the first ever quantum ring I've built ever in any pack. I'm fairly sure that this is my first ever quantum ring that I've ever built. Because in Nomi Factory, I never used quantum rings. I just used other like ender fluid covers or something like that to transport fluids. And if I needed to transport power, I would do that with GregTech power, transporting the fuel with ender fluid covers. So yeah, I'm fairly sure this is, and then obviously items was ender chest. So yeah, I'm fairly sure this is the first ever quantum ring I've actually made. So what I've got here is I've got a EEC, and it has a fighter ghast spawner in it. And fighter ghasts give you iron ingots, ghast tears, and gunpowder. They do give you other stuff too, but I'm voiding that other stuff. And then basically what we want is, so this lightning power setup, like these 32 here should output, I think it's like 3.4 million EU per tick. Or roundabouts. It's not quite an exact science because it depends on them being, struck. But yeah, it should be around about sort of 3.2 million EU per tick or something like that from these. And but these need to be fed iron fences. So basically, I don't want to put one. Well, I could put one down. It will get struck because it is currently storming. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it will get struck, and those will eventually all get destroyed. But yeah, so basically, the idea is that each one of these are HV lightning rods, but they need LUV components. And when they get struck, they receive they fill their buffer, so they fill their 50 million EU buffer, and they output it on all sides at 512 amps of HV. So the idea is that you need to gather that power as quickly as you can, because the buffer does actually deplete. Even if it's not outputting, it will deplete by, I think it's like 1% plus 1 EU per tick or something like that, or per few ticks. So it will deplete really fast. Now, the way that we gather it is with these energy distributors, which basically can take in 320 amps of their tier and output 320 amps of their tier. So at least I'm fairly sure that's it, isn't it? Yeah, they can input 320 amps of their tier and output 320 amps of their tier. but 512 amps of HV is only, what is that, 8 amps of LUV. No, sorry, 4 amps of LUV. I'm fairly sure. So I can't remember the number. Math. So, but yeah, I think it's like 4 amps of LUV per lightning rod or something like that. And then basically the idea is that we do need to run a high current carrying cable. So I will use LV Supercon, 8X LUV Supercon, because I can carry 128 amps losslessly. And the idea is that at the end of each row, we will have an EU, probably an EU P2P, because again, I plan to have 64 of these. There's 32 here. I plan to build another 32. That's a lot of amperage to carry. I'm fairly sure I wouldn't even be able to carry that on a 16X Supercon cable. So what I'm probably going to do is have a EU P2P at the end of each of these, and then probably somewhere over here will be a AE subnet and an LSC. And we will, and then the LSC will have a load of 64 amp IV energy hatches on it to take all this power in. But yeah, we're going to get all that built today. Now, the things that we need iron ingots to make the iron fences, which is here. So basically we just put, iron fences are a 4 EU per tick recipe. So in an IV assembler, they only use 1024 EU per tick, and they go at something like 0.3 seconds to make one. I have 2 extruders because I kind of realized that one extruder won't really be able. One assembler could keep up with 64 lightning rods, but one extruder can't keep up with it. So this should hopefully be fine, but I'm also buffering them in here. So that's how we make the iron fences to go on top of the lightning rods. We need gas tiers and gunpowder. We need gas tiers to get salt, which we just do with a chemical reactor. I'm voiding the item outputs from the chemical reactor into a trash can, and also because I don't need the lithium and potassium that you get. And then the salt water just goes into a distillery where it's distilled into normal water and gives you salt. So the normal water I'm just voiding, and then the salt goes into the drawer. And then we take water. So I have this water reservoir. I did try using this distillery to feed everything, but then it just ended up clogging. So yeah, I just void the water out of the distillery and use a water reservoir for these next steps. So we take water and we turn it into snow. We take water and we turn it into snow, and we put some more water and snow and salt into a vat in order to make cloud seed. And then we take the cloud seed and some more salt to make concentrated cloud seed. And the concentrated cloud seed is so we can make it thunder all the time. So the other thing we need is we need fireworks, which is what the gunpowder is for. And then the paper I just bring in from the mainnet, because we only need like 1 firework every hour. Or something like that. Actually, it's not quite every hour. I think it's between every 30 minutes. I think it's like 1 firework every 30 minutes to an hour. Potentially. And then the way that this works is we buffer some of the concentrated cloud seed in a tank. And then we use the Ender IO weather obelisk in order to... And basically what happens is if you give this concentrated cloud seed and a rocket, and a firework rocket, it will allow you to change the weather to thundering. And you can either launch it manually by clicking this button, but I've actually got it set to redstone mode, which means when it gets a redstone signal, it will fire the rocket and turn it to thundering. Now, I actually have the thunder effect turned off, the thunder sound effect turned off, because obviously this video would be unwatchable otherwise. But I don't have the rain sound effect turned off because rain's fine. It's just, yeah, the constant thundering is very annoying. So the way that I control this is I have a rain sensor from Project Red, and it's going into a NOT gate. And basically, so when it stops raining, this will turn off, which means the NOT gate will turn on, and it will fire another rocket and set it going again. My understanding is that you can only do this as of 2.8. I think prior to 2.8, you had to use open computers to automate the lever obelisk. But yeah, it seems like in 2.8, they made it controllable with redstone. That's at least what I've read anyway. This setup actually comes from the GTNH Chinese community, and Duct also did a good video on it, which I'll link both the Chinese wiki page and Duct's and the Duct video, because they both go into a really good. The Chinese wiki obviously will need to be translated, but I just let Chrome translate it, and it was fairly comprehensible. Google Translate did a decent job. So yeah, I will link both of those in the video description. But right, so we have permanent thundering and we have iron fences, but how do we actually keep replacing them when they get destroyed? Well, there's two ways you can do it. You can either use ME formation planes and pistons, which was what I was originally going to do, and it's actually what I used in my test setup when I tested this in creative. But what I actually am going to do instead, which is the more efficient way, is to use a buildcraft filler. And the idea is that we will mark out a zone. In fact, we can do that now. Oh, actually, no, we can't just yet because I don't have the filler hooked up to AE, so it's not actually importing anything. So that's something I need to do. But yeah, basically we'll mark out a zone, and then the filler will actually put down all the lightning rods. I have these glass walls here, so then these don't end up with lightning rods. With iron rods placed on top of them. We need to go 5 high for the best efficiency. So although 3 high also seems to be fine, there is a calculator on the Chinese wiki, which is kind of what I based my rod count off in terms of how high to go. It seems to suggest from the formula that the calculator uses that basically 5 iron fences is the good spot. But the way the filler works though is once it's done a cycle, once it's filled every block it needs to fill, it turns off, and you can stop that with a iron ore gate attached to a Buildcraft item pipe next to the machine. So I have a thing here that basically says if there's no redstone signal, then turn the filler off. But if there is a redstone signal, then keep looping the filler. So the filler will do its cycle, and then it will just immediately try again, rather than turning off. And I'm just controlling that with a lever. And then the way that I'm powering the filler, it doesn't use a lot of power, to my knowledge. So the way I'm powering it is I just have a dimensional transceiver. I've got a fair number. I think I've got like 10 of these in AE from opening IV loot bags over the months. So I'm just using a dimensional transceiver to power it from my PDIM. And the way I've been testing all this is because this will all be self-contained, so it'll be self-powering. But the way I've been testing it at the moment is the EEC is just powered with an EUP2P from my main AE network. And then these machines were just powered with an IV battery buffer, which is completely empty. That's why they're all off. But eventually I'll have an LSC somewhere around here, and that will power everything on this platform. So this platform is 4 chunks. Again, you can see, as you can tell, it's the same template that I use for the tiles in the PDIM. But yeah, so where does that go again? Oh, that goes to over here. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Because I'll run cable from here to, like the subnet and the LSC and whatnot, because I'll need to use EUP2P to transfer the power from the LSC in this dimension to the LSC in the PDIM. But yeah, so that's basically the explanation of it. I still need to actually build out the LSC and the subnet and stuff like that, so I'm going to go away and do that, and then I'm going to come back and we'll get it all up and running and tested. We'll get it all up and running and tested. I do want to do 64 of these, and I kind of don't want to have to, because if I expand it, then I have to reconfigure the filler, and I'm not sure I can be bothered. So I might actually but these take ages to craft at the moment. These take 16 of these takes me like an hour, because of all the Lapitron crystals. And I'm not even sure if I could even ask the AE network to... I don't have enough acetone. Oh, I don't... Yeah, because I've not actually sorted out new sources of acetone or methane. And I don't have a crafting recipe for vibrant alloy because I used to get it from a bee. Okay, what we'll do is I will get the rest of the infrastructure built. So basically I have... I have an idea of the space. So what I'm going to do is probably just do... Yeah, we can just do that. Because what I can do is I can let the filler place the iron fences here. And then... I can let the filler place the iron fences here on top of these qubit. These qubits will represent the lightning rods. And the filler can place the fences on top of those, and it'd be fine. So yeah, what I want, I guess, is... The only thing I'm not quite sure about is the height. Like, do I put the mark... I guess I put the market there. Or there, I guess, would be where I would put it. But yeah, so I'm gonna go away and basically get the rest of the stuff crafted and built out, and then we'll come back and look at the other half of the contraption, which is basically the power storage and the subnet, and I'll have all the lightning rods. Well, actually, I won't have the other 32 because I don't have a new source of methane yet, or acetone. So I won't have the other two yet. I won't have these 2 rows yet. But I will have these 2 rows, which will be like 3.2 million EU per tick or something like that. So I'll have a fully working setup or in theory, fully working setup. I'll turn it on for the first time on camera. But yeah, so I'm going to go away and just sort of put everything else together that I need. And then we should be good. I mean, in theory, I could go beyond 64 because I've got plenty of room. I just don't know how these... I will have to keep an eye on my TPS graphs because I don't know how, like, lag... I don't know how laggy these are with, like, 16 of them. So, yeah, if my TPS isn't too... If my TPS graphs aren't too terrible, then I might actually do maybe 96 or something like that. But, yeah, so I'm going to go away and get the rest of these... and get the rest of the infrastructure built, and then we will come back and see if we can get it all working. Right, and we're back. So, I have everything, I think, set up. I could be missing something. But I have a little ME subnet here with just a bunch of wireless. It does have an energy acceptor, with a cable diode. This leads over to this LSC. It's currently empty because I've not turned anything on. So the way I'm powering the subnet for now is just with a quartz fiber from the mainnet, from my mainnet. But once the LSC is, got energy going into it, then I'll get rid of that quartz fiber. So what I've done is I've now hooked up the lightning rods. So if we go down here, I've got LUV Supercon. So this is 8x. Then if we go over here, there's more on this side. So because these 32 lightning rods will produce a current of 256 LUV amps, if I've done math right, which I may or may not have. I'm tired. So the way that I'm handling that is it all goes into this EUP2P, and then this EUP2P leads over to here. I've got 2 here, but that's because I'm probably going to do a second set of 32, or I will be doing a second set of 32 lightning rods at some point. But for now, only this one is actually linked. As you can see, this is the output side. And this is linked to 16x LUV Supercon, which goes into 4 LUV 64 amp energy hatches. So in theory, 1 energy hatch can do 8 lightning rods. So in theory, we should be good. I should be able to extract all the power from these. Honestly, I probably didn't need to do Supercon, but it's just easier given the amount of amperage that I'll have to support. But yeah, I think I'm ready to try and turn it on. Obviously, I've already got the lightning, which means all I need is to set up this filler. Which if I just put those and those in there, and then I set up this, grab one of you, two. I've got to do the markers again because I'm dumb and I left-clicked instead of right-clicked. Okay. So yeah, so basically we just need to... I think it should just be that. Oh, anyway. Should just be that. So it should be you, and you, and you, I guess. No. Oh, because I think I've got to have one here. And then... never figure these out properly. There we go. Right. And then I can put you back. That... I don't think that's done. Right, I'm just going to sort this out and then I'll come back. It's so dumb. Right, I'll be back in a minute. Right, and we're back. So, I put you in there. So then we export. We should be exporting. And I will need acceleration cards, but we should be exporting. Oh yeah, no, it is. It's just slow. Okay, so yeah, grab. And if you heard that in the background, that was a firework rocket being launched off from this to set the rain going again. So yeah, basically it will never stop raining, or it will never stop thundering, because as soon as it does, this will turn off, and then this will send a signal and launch another one. So yeah, the uptime should be pretty good. Right, so all I should have to do now is turn this lever on. And we get... I'm very curious as to how fast this replaces... Oh, we have some active things. Very curious as to how fast this replaces broken... that's going to be really loud. Can I muffle that? If you just got bombarded by noise, I am very sorry. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at that. They're all on. I have no idea if this is filling up or not. Oh, it is. Look at that. There we go. 2.1 million average per tick in. Oh, it's climbing. 3. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. So I think that's roughly where it's going to cap out, about 4.3 million. But yeah, that's awesome. And that's just going to keep going forever now, essentially. I have a feeling... First of all, why am I not making... Oh, hang on. Oh, that's not a dynamo hatch. I'm so dumb. That's meant to be a dynamo hatch. Okay. Yeah, that's meant to be a dynamo hatch. Not an energy hatch. That's why the fences aren't getting replaced, and I've already blown through like 2,000 fences. Although, to be fair, some of the initial one was obviously filling that up, so... But yeah, we'll have a proper look up at the setup in a minute once I stop having skill issues. So if we go over here... yeah, there we go. Everything's turning on now. So that's cool. Right. And the batteries are slowly charging? Yeah, everything's slowly charging. So I should be able to... let's see. I should be able to disconnect you now. And then we'd be good. So yeah, now I can talk about it properly. So we have, wow, this is actually almost full already, which is insane. But yeah, so, oh, you've already turned off. Why? Are you not connected? No, you're connected. Why have you turned off then? Oh no, it's back on. I probably need a bigger hatch. So that is 24. Do I have any 16 amp ones? No. I kind of don't want to use a 4 amp. I might just put a second. I kind of don't want to use a 64 amp. Because the cable is only 24 amps and I'm worried. I mean, it shouldn't be able to pull anywhere near 24 amps with what I've got, but I'll just put a second dynamo hatch down. Be fine. So if I grab you, and then do you, and you, and you. There we go. So that should keep it going now. That should be better. But yeah, so, sorry, I can actually explain it properly. I can actually explain it properly now. So, basically, what is... Are we... Oh yeah, I think we might be just keeping up. I think we might be just keeping up. In fact, I may even need to upgrade the assembler to an LUV assembler, which would still run off IV power. So that would be fine. But yeah, anyway, sorry. The way... Obviously, I've gone through this setup already about how we make sorry, I'm just going to make sure... I'm actually just going to turn you pretty much all the way down. And then I'm actually just going to pause for 2 seconds, just do a quick audio test, and then I'll be back. Right, I'm back. So hopefully this should be fine now, audio-wise. And this does keep turning off, which is weird. I don't know why it would do that. Yeah, I don't know why it would do that. Is it just that this isn't getting enough... Yeah, it's just this isn't getting enough power. Oh, it's because this battery buffer can eat all of the... Yeah. It's because this battery buffer can eat all the power. Right, just do that. Or maybe put 5. Maybe put 5 in. It's because the battery buffer can eat all the power because it's got so many batteries in it. Right, that should be better now, hopefully. We'll see. But yeah, anyway, sorry. So basically, I've got my little subnet here. So yeah, wireless over to the builder, which just has an export bus exporting the iron fences, and then basically storage bus on the drawer to pull them in, and then wireless over to here, and then the cable going all the way under there. So now, because of the way that this is set up to loop, it should be, yeah, you can see it's replacing the iron fences. I was actually kind of worried that the builder, because of this animation, I was actually kind of worried that the builder might be too slow to replace the fences, but it's actually doing a really good job. You know, you can see none of the lightning rods are turning off. So, yeah, that's actually really, really good. What are we averaging now for power? Nothing, apparently. I don't know why. Is it because it's full? No. Why am I not getting any power into the... Oh, yes, the cables are blown. Oh, okay. 128 amp cables are not enough. Right, I'm probably just going to have to make a load of 256s then, I think is what's going to have to happen. That's fine, it just means I got to make, what, 32, essentially. And then we should be good. So, yeah. But yeah, this is basically lightning power, and it's going to produce me, like, millions of EU per tick. It's awesome. In all honesty, lightning power plus my nitrobenzene setup will probably last me until I get a better power source, which I presume will be... which I presume my next sort of power upgrade, I presume would be something like NAC fuel. I kind of don't think I even really need to bother doing plasma in this particular instance for thingy. I mean, I could still do it just for giggles, but I kind of don't feel like it'll be necessary. Yeah, there we go. That's not blowing up now, so that's better. So yeah, if we just get rid of these and replace them. I presume there was a spike just over 128 amps, but I'm just going to play it safe and I'm just going to swap with, because I have a lot of LUV Supercon, so I'm just going to play it safe and swap to the 256 amps, and then we should be good. But yeah, so I think realistically, this is probably going to solve my power for quite a while. And I really do like the idea of just being able to throw power at stuff now. Yeah, I like the idea of just being able to build. I need a couple more. I really do just like the idea of being able to build, scale my infrastructure and power just be there. But yeah, there we go. So that is not exploding or not destroying cables now, which is good. So if I go over here, we see we're not getting... Oh, it's full. Yeah, that's it. It's full. I think what I might actually do, because I didn't think it would... I didn't think it would fill up this quickly. I might actually... Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. No, I'll tell you what. Let's go hook it up to mainnet, to the main LSC. So realistically, what I'm probably going to do is I kind of want to basically just get 512 amps of LUV, because this is what this would be, essentially, would be 512 amps of LUV once I get these next 32 in, because this is 256. Yeah, this is 256. So this would be another 256. So actually, I basically just want to make pretty much the entire back, or I want 8 dynamo hatches here. And then I would essentially P2P them into the other world. So do I even have 64 amp LUV dynamo? I should do. Yes. I'll tell you what, let's just make 4 for now, because that's actually all I need. But I'm gonna have to do 2 P2Ps into the PDEM, like I've done here, in order to split the power. Not because there's any throughput limit on AE2, it's more the fact that I don't have bigger cables. Yeah, I don't have bigger cables. I don't know if, and I can't make any, I can't really, I don't think I can make anything better than ZPM. Than LUV Supercon right now. So we will basically craft some LUV dynamos, which hopefully these shouldn't take too long. Oh, I only crafted 4 and I need 8. Oh, no, I don't. I need 8. I need 4 energy hatches on the other side. So if we get me LUV 64 amp energy hatch. So I need... I've run out of acetone. I didn't deal with this, and now it's a problem. Okay. What do I even need acetone for? Where does it sit in the grand scheme of things? I don't actually know where it sits in the grand scheme. Acetone? I don't know where it's... Oh, yeah, okay. It's needed for the... Oh, it's needed for epoxid. Okay. Right. I kind of don't. Oh, I don't want to. Right. Okay. I'm gonna have to go figure something out. I'm just gonna go see if I can rig something up. I'm just gonna see if I can rig something up because at the moment I don't really have. I could just make it this way, really dirtily. But yeah, I don't really have any way of getting it right now, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Can I make it? No, I can't make it. Right. Okay. I'm gonna have to go get that set up again. I will basically just jerry-rig something together, basically to because I need to get the line set up proper again. But yeah, I will just jerry-rig something together and then I'll come back and we'll get this hooked up to the main LSC. But yeah, this is insane. This is awesome. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a few. Well, yeah, in a few, in some unit of time, after I've gotten this sorted. So I'll be back in a bit. Right, and we're back after that very bumpy thing. I now have a 64 amp. I have my 4 64 amp dynamo hatches and my 4 64 amp energy hatches. So the dynamo hatches will go on this side. We'll just shove them. We'll shove them here. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Has that turned off? No, it hasn't. But yeah, as you can see, we're completely capped on. Yeah, we're completely capped. We're actually 0.3% over full. But yeah, so if we just do this for now, I will tidy all this up. It won't remain dirty like this forever. I am aware that this video is quite long, and yeah, it's partly because I planned very poorly. But in theory, we should just have you now. Oh, actually, no, this is going to need to be on mainnet. So I actually want to bring a... I actually don't want you. And I actually do want to paint you red again. And the way this will work is I will just shove a... I'll just shove another wireless connector on the... we'll just shove another wireless connector on here. I'm not really fussed about the power draw now, for obvious reasons. Oh, actually, I mean, the original plan was I was just going to run a mainnet cable this way, but I've kind of buggered that up a bit with the way that I've decided to position some of this stuff. I could just do it this way, actually, around the outside. I might just do that. Yeah, I'll just do that. And then we should be... Yeah, this will be fine. And then we can come this way. Yep, okay. So we don't need that one. And then I'll place cable facades. I'll place cable facades. I promise I won't leave it dirty. But yeah, we should be... I actually need more cable. So basically I bring this around here. And then we'll hook it up to here. And then we grab you back and you back. And now we will call this... We need to give this one a name. So we'll make this one Lightning LSC number 1. And that will want a 256. Again, we'll want 256 amps. So we'll do you and you. Connect those, and then you and you. Connect those. And then I think that's it. I think I should be able to just go into the PDEM now and yeah, I should be able to just go into the PDIM now and hook it all up. I wonder how this is affecting my TPS. I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look after the video. But yeah, so I'm going to go... Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to do now. So I think I can just go to the PDIM and come down to the... So I've already prepared a side. Although I will need to do it slightly differently. I will actually need to bring it there instead, and then we can do, yeah, and then we can do 4. Yeah, we can do 4 and 4. So for now, we'll do, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it back on. That's fine. So I should have actually... I should have used Matter Manipulator to replace those, but it's fine. So if we grab another EU P2P and we put it there, and then if I should be able to just use my advanced memory card and link them. So this will be bind to input, and this should be the output side. Yep. And then I want another 256 amp cable. Yeah, definitely LUV. I don't want accidents. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. There we go. 4.9, and hang on, that's not even the full amount. There we go. Look at that. That's insane. Yeah, that's insane. That's from 32 lightning rods. Yeah, that's from 32 lightning rods, and I plan to make another 32. So yeah, that's insane. And then the best part is I'll have 512 amps of LUV coming in from lightning. It's not guaranteed power. It can, there can be disruptions in it. And I have heard that the quantum bridge can sometimes be a bit finicky on server restart, but that's fine because I still have the, at the moment, 35 amps of LUV from the gas turbines. But yeah, this is sick. This is awesome. And yeah, it's full now, or will be full in a minute. It's got 3 billion or 2 billion EU to go. But that's brilliant. So what I'm going to do in between videos is I'm just going to get the second row of the last 2 rows up to get the full 64 lightning rods. And then I'll put the next 4 energy hatches here. And then in theory, that is like 14 something million EU per tick or something like that. Which will last me a really long while. That is, I mean, an amp of UV is like 512,000 EU or something. So, yeah, that'll last me for... This is going to last me for quite a long time before I need to... it'll be UV probably before I switch fuels, before I switch power sources. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. I am sorry if the end of this has felt a little bit disjointed. Yeah, I am sorry if the end of this has felt a little bit disjointed, but yeah, I am very happy with this though. And although this power failed, it's got a machine controller cover on it, so it just kicked off again. So that's fine. But yeah, I am extremely happy with this. Yeah, I am extremely happy with this. This is really good. But yeah, as you can see, the right, can you stop? There we go. Stop notifying me now. So yeah, I think we're good. I don't know why the power's dropped so low. I guess it's because the other LSC. Yeah, there we go. It's slowly going up now. I think it's because the other LSC was still charging, maybe. But yeah, that's kind of what I was on about. It's not consistent power. It will sort of fluctuate up and down, but the LSC will even that out. So that's fine. And then yeah, once I chuck a load more, once I chuck another 32 lightning rods on, then we'll be good. So yeah, I'm gonna call it here. because I am extremely conscious that this is a 50-minute video now. But I guess if we just want to really quickly have a look, if we look at that. So yeah, that is currently doing nothing, as you can see. That could also be because this is full, though. Yeah, that's also because this is full. But yeah, so I think we're good. So thank you very much for watching. If you've made it to here, I really do appreciate it. I hope this was at least somewhat informative. I will link the Chinese wiki page and also the video from Duct about it as well. But yeah, it's nice to see. It's actually nice to see it in a real world setup. People have been telling me about this for a few weeks, and yeah, I've been meaning to give it a go. It was either this or VAC nukes. I wanted to give at least one of them a go. I may still do both, but I don't really see a point now. But yeah, so anyway, thank you again, and I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you later.